West Indies have never been beaten in a one-day series at home.
Welcome around Australia. Nine's Wide World of Sports bring you for the first time a live telecast of a cricket match between Australia and the West Indies from the Caribbean. This one at Sabina Park, Kingston, Jamaica. Kingston itself has a population of over 700,000 people, and Jamaica is the third largest island in the Caribbean. The Australian side, Alan Border, the skipper, Marsh, Boone, Jones, Mark Waugh, Steve Waugh, one assumes they'll bat in that order, Healy, McDermott, Taylor, Whitney and Reid. Whitney's forced his way into the side because of superb performances. And the West Indians, well, Vivian Richards is on top. And then there's Greenwich, Haynes, Richardson, Hooper, Logie, Dujon, Marshall, Ambrose, Gray, Walsh. And the 12th man, Simmons for West Indies, and Mark Taylor, so far as the Australians are concerned. He must be a little unlucky because he made a century in that game in St Kitts.
Michael, you've bowled a lot here. What's the secret to bowling at Sabina Park?
Well, this is a brand new pitch that we have got here now, Ian. It was dug up about 5 months ago. It's been relayed. It's not as fast and as bouncy as previous Sabina Park pitches, but it is getting better. The preparation that they've had over the last 3-4 weeks, the wickets are definitely getting better, and I expect this one to play very well. The secret of bowling on this pitch at the moment, Ian, is nobody really knows because it's a brand new pitch. So you just have to try and keep the ball up and not bowl too short.
David Boone getting ready for the first ball of this, the first one-day international. Curtly Ambrose, the bowler. And first ball of the real serious business of this tour from Ambrose to Boone. And Australia underway right away. It's bowled in, but it's a no ball. Middle stump out of the ground. Right through him.
I think you'll find when you see on the replay that he didn't dramatically change his stroke as the call came. Certainly went between bat and pad. Jeff Marsh heard the call, so did the bowler.
And there's that Boone pull shot. Really is a very good cutter and puller of the ball. It won't go all the way. They'll come back for a third run.
Well, Geoffrey Marsh has been around in the Australian side for the past 6 years. Made his debut in 1985-86. 32 years of age. He's coming up towards 100 matches now. 97 innings, 6 not outs, and over 3,500 runs. He's averaging around about 40, which is pretty good. Chandigarh was the scene of his high score.
It's a good square drive from Geoffrey Marsh. Probably his favourite shot. That boundary will do wonders for his confidence.
David Boone, the man just taking off his helmet there, has been a real stalwart for Australia in recent times. He's played longer for Australia than Jeff Marsh. Came in 83, 84. That was after he made the century in the Prime Minister's match down at Manuka Oval. Played against West Indies at the MCG.
Courtney Walsh takes over now from Tony Gray at the southern end. Gray bowling 5 overs for 13. Walsh, a popular man here. He's the captain of the Jamaican side. And the troops won't like that, being smashed to the boundary first ball.
Courtney Walsh, Vivian Richards, and the crowd weren't particularly happy with that, but David Boone very happy. That's where he likes the ball. Short, wide of off stump. He's very strong in that area.
Change now at the northern end. It's going to be Malcolm Marshall to take over from Curtly Ambrose. Ambrose 5 overs costing him 14. And that one intentionally cut over the top of gully by Geoffrey Marsh. Good shot.
Viv Richards, the man who leads West Indies. Some details of their performances in limited overs. Good ball. Trent in for room. It kept a little low as well. Courtney Walsh strikes, and Australia have lost their first wicket for 59. This is in the 18th over.
Courtney Walsh, the man getting the breakthrough for the West Indies on his home ground. That ball came back a long way. He doesn't look too happy, but he should be.
1 for 59 here at Sabina Park. We're into the 18th over. Dean Jones, the new batsman for Australia, coming in at 1 for 59. David Boone getting one that darted back very, very sharply from outside off stump.
Well, a chance for a run out. He's hit the stumps. He's gone. Underarm return from Carl Hooper.
Dean Jones, as he's done so often, just dropping the ball down in front of him. Hooper very quickly onto it and very comprehensively run out. Jeff Marsh perhaps not quite so happy with the decision to run as the decision from the umpire.
So the Australian captain, Alan Border, comes in. 2 quick setbacks for his team. Well, it doesn't matter how they come, once they come, and that one was a very thin edge.
It's really a time for Dean Jones and Alan Border to work the ball around. There's not a lot of loose deliveries coming from Carl Hooper at the moment, so 1s and 2s will be very important.
Good ball. Right through him with a faster one. That's an important wicket for the West Indies.
A very important breakthrough for the West Indies. A wicket that Australia could ill afford to lose. A bit of pace, a bit of spin, and plenty of excitement.
Australian captain goes, and Australia 3 for 98. So Mark Waugh's come in, replacing Alan Border.
Viv Richards continues from the southern end. .100 comes up for Australia. We're in the 28th over now. Mark Waugh getting off the mark. It's the quicker one, the one that got rid of Alan Border. Not so much success on this occasion. Spinners have been quite economical. Viv Richards 5 overs costing him 17. Carl Hooper's 6 overs just 22. So they're both keeping it under 4 runs per over. No one out there. Nicely placed by Dean Jones.
Very good shot here from Dean Jones. He played that shot in the Jamaica game as well. The only difference then, it went for 6.
Very interesting to see the West Indians absolutely ripping through their overs in this limited overs fixture. And that's Jones' half-century. Good one too. Out of a total of 151 for the loss of 3. Not even Gus Logie can get that.
Dean Jones has hit 4 fours in the 73 balls he took to get his 50 runs today. He's 32nd in one-day limited.
Put it down, Malcolm Marshall. And they've taken 2 to add a little bit of insult to whatever injury the bowler has been caused. Now change in the bowling at the northern end. And Curtly Ambrose comes back on now, 5 overs, none for 14. Absolutely delightful shot. Deserved 4. It's one of the real shots of the day. That's a cracking stroke. What a lovely way to bring up your half-century. And that's been a super innings.
Well, we've seen some lovely shots from Mark Waugh this morning. We've seen some delicate little glides. We've seen some well-struck balls in front of the wicket, but I don't think any better than that one that brought up his 50. He really is a very sweet striker of the ball, Mark Waugh, playing with a great deal of confidence at the moment. Not all that over-pitched, short of a length outside off stump, and he's leant into it, creamed it through backward point. It really has been a very important innings for Australia. Dean Jones has played the anchor role, particularly after Jeff Marsh got out, and then the quick loss of Alan Border. Australian innings was looking a bit shaky, but Dean Jones has been steady. Mark Waugh has been quite brilliant.
Good Walker, but oh dear. Well, Kirtley wasn't too pleased about what happened to him earlier. He's got a very somber look on his face.
He's hit that really well. That's a tremendous shot. A bad ball from Ambrose. He was short, but it was a tremendous shot by Dean Jones. Like a shot from a gun. Carrying him to 79 and Australia to 3 for 221.
Yes, the short pitch ball might sound good in theory, but in the late overs of a one-day game, it really is a pretty bad ball, unless you bowl an extremely good one, because it gives the batsman so many opportunities. It opens up so much of the field to the batsman, whereas the pitched up delivery, the Yorker, you can really only hit that straight down the ground.
He's got that away, 4 more, and the West Indies bowlers here really paying the price for bowling too short in these closing stages.
Yes, this is a good example of why the playing condition in Australia for limited overs cricket is absolutely ridiculous. The one where you're not allowed to get the ball up above shoulder height to the batsman, because by doing that you cut out a lot of these shots. The pull shot that we saw from Dean Jones in the last over, that shot by Mark Waugh, they're virtually cut out of the game by that ridiculous playing condition.
He's hit the top of the stumps with a full toss. Well, that's very, very unusual. Strike one. Mark Waugh bowled top of the stumps.
Yes, in baseball terms, struck out, and that goes in the scorebook as a K2 in baseball, but it was almost a KO because it came off the top of the stumps and nearly hit Jeffrey Dujon. So the end of a good innings from Mark Waugh. He's out for 67. The Australians 4 for 234.
So Steve Waugh comes in to replace his twin brother Mark. So Tony Gray with the last over of the Australian innings. Now will they try the second? The fielder is Richardson, and there's an injury. Dean Jones turning seemed just to wrench his right ankle as he turned, looking for the second run. Dujon is inquiring if he's okay, and I think he's indicated that he is, just wrenching that right angle as he turned. And Steve Waugh now in strike, the last ball of the innings. Here it is from Tony Gray. And Australia finish at 244 for 4 of their 50 overs. That's a really challenging score for the West Indies.
Well, that